This is Avalanche Facts, where we bring you the stories the mainstream media forgets, until it's too late. Right now, a silent economic collapse is happening along the US-Canada border. And no, it's not just about milk and gas. It's about small towns, built on cross-border trust, falling apart in real time. Donald Trump's escalating trade war with Canada? It's pouring salt in the wounds. Let's break it down, town by town. Blaine, Washington, a postcard town just steps from Vancouver. Its economy? Basically built by Canadian wallets. Gas stations, parcel pickup, milk shops tailored to the northbound crowd. Well, that crowd's not coming back. Not in 2025. Gas arbitrage? Not worth it. Milk and eggs? Too expensive, thanks to US inflation and trade barriers. Trump's tariffs have made Canadian cross-border shopping a bureaucratic nightmare. Now, gas stations are closing, stores are cutting back, and city leaders are staring at a tax revenue black hole, with no Canadian shoppers to fill it. Calais, Maine. Just across from St. Stephen, New Brunswick. A town once built on smiles, handshakes, and shared diner booths. Today, it's quiet. Too quiet. Shops, diners, even pharmacies, all depended on Canadians walking over and spending freely. But that stopped. The pandemic changed habits. Trump's tariffs cemented them. Now Canadians are shopping local or online. And with the loonie struggling and border fees rising, they're staying put. Local businesses are begging for help, because without Canadian cash, their margins are gone. Derby Line is a geographic oddity. Its library literally straddles the border. Half Canadian, half American. Cute, right? But even charm can't survive economic chaos. Boutiques are shutting down. Antique shops are finished. Canadians aren't coming anymore. Trump's trade war made the border less friendly, more expensive, and straight up annoying. Derby Line still has heart, but heart doesn't pay the bills. The Soo, Michigan's gateway to Ontario. Once a weekend getaway for Canadians chasing cheap gas and slots. But today? Keewaydin Casino's lights are still on. But Canadian gamblers? Fewer every week. Trump-era tariffs and economic tensions made the trip less appealing. The weak loonie sealed the deal. Restaurants are closing early. Hotels are half empty. Tourism is down. Retail is down. And for border towns like the Soo, that's a death sentence. International Falls once thrived thanks to Fort Frances, Ontario. Duty-free shoppers. Canadian tourists. A thriving local Walmart. But even Walmart says traffic is in permanent decline. That's not a slump, that's a collapse. Locals blame inflation. Import limits. And yes, Trump's trade war. The tit-for-tat tariffs hit alcohol, fuel, and grocery items hard. Canadians aren't just staying home, they're telling friends to stay away too. Houlton sits deep in Aroostook County, a town that lived and breathed on Canadian foot traffic. 2024? The lowest Canadian shopping numbers in 20 years. Dollar stores are dying. Mechanics are losing 30% of their business. Grocery sales are tanking. Locals say the border used to feel alive. Now it feels like someone shut off the power. And if the trade war keeps rolling, they don't expect the lights to come back on. Sweetgrass is small. Population? Under 100. But it once moved serious volume, gas, freight, duty-free. Now? The duty-free is empty. The gas stations are quiet. Canadian truckers have rerouted. Families stopped coming. And why? Because the trade war made everything more complicated and more expensive. Montana retailers say if this trend holds, sweetgrass could disappear completely. So what's killing the cross-border buzz? Let's list the suspects. 1. Currency exchange. The loonie has been weak for years. But combine that with Trump's tariffs, and US shopping is officially overpriced for Canadians. 2. US inflation. Prices are sky high. Tariffs made everything worse. 3. Post-pandemic habits. Canadians got comfy buying local and online. The border became an afterthought. 4. Trade tensions. Retaliatory tariffs from Canada have made American goods pricier. Even basic items come with baggage now. 5. Border hassles. Wait times are longer. Paperwork is thicker, and the fun of a spontaneous border run? Gone. These border towns aren't just numbers on a spreadsheet. They're communities, economies, people. And right now, they're on the edge. The Trump-led trade war with Canada has tipped the balance. What was once a minor downturn is now a potential death spiral. Some towns are pushing tourism. Others are lobbying Washington for new trade terms. A few are reinventing from scratch. But most? They're still waiting for Canadians who may never come back. The warning signs are everywhere. If these towns don't pivot, and soon, they risk becoming America's forgotten outposts. This has been Avalanche Facts. If you learned something new, hit that like button, subscribe, and let us know in the comments. Should border towns reinvent themselves, or bet everything on a political reset?